And then I was like, God damn it, I'm not any good at this. I can't lie to save my life. Unless it's to a cop to get out of a ticket. Then I turn into Meryl Streep. Hello! Oh my God! This is so cool to see you! Sorry, I am not cool. I am not no big deal. I'm like, oh my God, it's Sam from Traitors New Zealand, everyone. I was texting the mom chat group. I'm like, low key, I can't talk to you guys later. I have a very important interview.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice to see. It was such a lot of energy to get all at once.
That's kind of me in a nutshell. Like, that's just how it's going to be coming at you.
It's 10 in the morning here, so you just suddenly appeared.
Good. I'm so sorry. I really did come at you with a lot of energy, but that was legit. How excited! That was just genuine excitement to see you. Like,
good. Thank you. I feel like in the last couple of months, I've just been writing from home, so So my beard's got all disheveled and my hair's all long, and so I'm amazed you can actually still recognize me. Actually, it's great.
Well, you're good. My husband's an author, so I am really used to that. Yes. So he always jokes. He's like, people ask me about my job. He's like, I sit in a room and make up stories. Like, it's not as glamorous as everyone thinks.
Yeah, I've literally been doing that just this morning. I was writing a chapter from a next book.
Yay, so how exciting. There we go. Look at how fortuitous this was. Look at, I'm married to an author. I'm naturally hilarious. I mean, this is perfect.
It's absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I need to ask quickly, are you a Sarah or a Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah, good, okay.
Do they say it different in New Zealand? That's very interesting to me.
They would say Sarah. If you don't have the H on the end, you'd be a Sarah. And then if you have the H on the end, you're a Sarah.
Oh, well, now it's Sarah. I'm just going to go around and I already have to bitch at people about leaving the H on. So now I'll get them on the pronunciation too.
Yeah, good, very good. And I love the fact as well that we're both double S's. As a Sam Smith and a Sarah Strickland, we've got to keep this going. Next up, Steven really Spielberg. Sharon Stone. The
other Sam Smith. Mommy don't know, Daddy's getting hot in the...
Oh, yes,
There we go, yeah. You're the better Sam Smith. Like, you were the bigger gat. Like, if I met him, I'd be like, well, you're not as good as him, but I'll take it. I'll let you sing me a little ditty, sir.
He didn't do very well at a reality TV show at all. So.
Well, and I have to say, I looked it up. You personally got out the most Traitors of any Traitors. You got out 6. I mean, can I just say, is there something in the water in New Zealand? Because you guys just kicked ass. Like, we watched all the other seasons. They sucked, and it was embarrassing.
They're also different, eh? I think the Traitors works pretty well with New Zealanders, with our sensibilities. We're not super confrontational. Some people are, and we get rid of those people straight away. But because we're quite chill, I think Canada's a bit like this as well. And we just end up sort of politely talking to people, and because of that, it's we're not distracted by I think you're a traitor. I've also watched all the other versions of the Traitors, and on the American one, I know they're reality stars, so they're a bit different. But as soon as they take off their masks, they're like, "You are a traitor, 100%. I will die until I vote for you."
Yeah. I know. They're like, I saw her on Housewives and she blew this guy and I know she'd lie about this. And it's like, oh my, it really takes away. I'm sorry, as a consumer or whatever you want to call it, we were rooting for you and Anna to win. You know what I mean? Like, we were like, yes, like these are good people. And when it's fucking reality stars who are getting paid an appearance fee, it doesn't hit the same.
Yeah, it really, man, and the other thing is, in that house, it just becomes all encompassing. Like you spend 24 hours a day thinking of it. You barely sleep because it's all going through you. You get to a point where it's not even about winning at all. It's not about, like, the money didn't enter into it until the moment at the end when Paul said, "Oh, you've won half of that money." I've got one. I've got my silver bar right here.
That is so neat. it?
I stole it from Set. It's just a prop. It's not even silver. But,
who gives a shit? I don't. That's awesome.
It's legit.
It looks real. It looks real to me, so I would know.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't like tone it down. There's my silver bar.
Yeah,
pure silver.
I just have it around. No, but it's my paperweight on my desk for all my memoirs about how amazing I am.
It literally is my paperweight for the this is the book I'm writing. That's all the chapters.
Yes.
So it's literally holding that. Yeah. What was I talking about? I can't remember, but it was obviously really good.
Oh, being in the house and how it's so all encompassing and all that.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So you get to this point, like you don't care what happens. You don't need to win. You just need to find out who the hell is lying in this house. It gets so, because as a faithful, you just never know anything. And you second guess absolutely everything. You trust someone. But then just some little thing, like I remember with Anna and I got along so well. And then at one point she won a shield and she told me that she had won a shield. And I think I was the last person left in the house. It was just before we went to bed at night. And I was like, of course she's told me that. She's a traitor and she's told me that because she's going to kill me tonight.
Or when she's here tomorrow, I won't think she's a traitor. I'll think it was because she had the shield. Like, I'm sure the mind games are just insane.
Exactly right. And then that night, no one went home. So, it was such a fun game to play. It is so crazy to get the opportunity as an adult to go and hang out with, 18 other people and just play a game for 10 days. I was nuts. It was so awesome.
So it was 10 days. Now, can I just, let's talk about New Zealand's budget here, Sam. Let's get real.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck was up with that wall that it looked like a PA, like wallpapered over and then put your pictures up on? Like, you need to go back and look. That wall looks janky as hell. And you need to tell me exactly where they made that round table room, because I kept looking at the fireplace. And then every time you guys were talking, I'm like, is that the fireplace from the round table room? I know they made the round table room. So spill it.
Yeah. So it's at a place called Woodhouse Mountain Lodge. It's about 45 minutes from my house here. I live in Auckland, and it is just a nice place you can go and stay. I think the wallpaper behind the place where they hung our portraits up is actually just the wall that's there. I think that's just the normal setup for that house.
They need to work on that wallpaper, because all I could fucking stare at the whole time was that wallpaper, trying to figure out, like, if Tommy, the PA, somebody's son, had to put up that wallpaper. They're like, hurry up, they're coming. Yeah,
amazing. I've never been to the house when it's filmed when it's not being used as a film set. So I wonder if I'm just double questioning whether that is actually an actual wall. Because you can walk around the side of it, like it's you've got the main sort of, you walk into the room and there's like a lobby where you can sit down, and then there's the doors into the breakfast room where we do all the reveals every morning. But you can just scoot around the side of it and just double back in, which is where Paul would enter every morning for the breakfast. So yeah, maybe that's not a real wall.
I'm telling you, I stared at it. It tickled me, how smart you were, and then how, like, janky this budget was. You know, you watch all these other ones. It's in a castle. It's got Alan Cummings, like, saying cunty things with a nice wardrobe, and you guys are like some wallpaper, and like, here's $25,000. Like,
yeah. It's always funny, like when they in the very first mission they do in almost every other season, they win more money than I won for winning the show.
Yes.
Which is, always grateful for what we got, but yeah, that's a.
But it has to sting because you fucking got Traitors out. Like, you did your job and you got paid the least. It's like you're a woman and you got paid less for doing the same job.
Yeah. The other part of your question was, where did they do the round table? And it was in a completely separate building. It was, I think it's the room that they use at the retreat to do yoga. And so it's just a big barn. It's open. Oh, you actually see the outside of it. When one of the missions we did was we went into Paul's counting house to count the seconds of the time. We actually just went into that in someone's room, but the outside shots of that were the outside of this barn where the round table was. So it's just a hall that they dressed up. Yeah.
Okay, I knew it.
Yeah, you did.
But whenever they showed the lodge, I was like, where is it? I'm looking at like what's on the case and what I like turned into Inspector Gadget.
Good.
Well, hey. So who was your favorite person there?
That is so hard to say because everyone genuinely was really awesome, and it was so heartbreaking every time we had to vote someone out. I got on really well with basically everyone, which I think is why I managed to stick around for so long.
They enjoyed your company.
Yeah. I think I was someone who listened to other people. There are quite a few loud people in there, and who I think like me because I listen to them. Brooke Howard-Smith is a big example of that. And then Justine I knew from before from comedy things, so she is sort of my longest standing friend that I had in the house. But yeah, Anna was huge. Julia as well. All the people that sort of are my age I got on with really well. Vanda and I talked a lot about books, and she's from Dunedin, and I studied down in Dunedin, so all that. I've worked with Matt before on Taskmaster, so I know him. Mike Puru was amazing. There was no one I didn't get along. The person I got along with least, I think, is the funniest person I've ever met, and that's Colin Mathura Jeffrey. And the only reason we didn't get along is because I spiked his drink in the first day, and we got along great.
But hey, bitches hold on to stuff like that. I saw it with him. I was going to say he was my second favorite, and I was going to be like, you need to put us in contact because we would have a fabulous time. He
is so good. He is so funny. I'm a professional comedian, and he is a million times funnier than me. He just had us in stitches the whole time. And I think once we get to the end of the season of the Traitors, I automatically go with, well, the Traitors are the evil people, and they're in a separate group. So Brooke and Colin and Robbie and Lauren and Matt and Dad, they're in their separate group. Baddies. The rest of us, faithful, goodies. We'll stick with these people all together. Those will be my favorite people. Well, which I know is totally untrue because all the Traitors people are great as well. They're people that were just given a role to do. So that's something that's somehow still stuck in my psyche, that Traitors equals bad.
Well, it's supposed to. They're trying to kill you. I mean, that's really your survival instinct.
Yeah.
I liked how you said, like, we don't, like, even your Traitors were very, like, kind. Like, they were like, yeah, we got to kill someone. No one was like, some of these people, it is like, they are psychotic, and this is what they needed in their life. Like, it's so true. You see some of the... I hate lying. I don't understand why people are like, I can't wait to lie to people. I'm like, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it's funny, because I think I would have jumped at the chance of being a traitor. It would have been so fun. But it must be so stressful for them. It's hard enough not knowing what's going on and having to guess what's being and questioning it. But then you have to sort of actively know that you're lying to people and cheating people. And in this case, cheating people out of not quite as much money as overseas, but a bit of money is, it must be so difficult for them. Yeah. Would you do it? Would you go on Traitors if you got the chance?
Oh, I would, but I would have to be a faithful. We played werewolf at my husband's birthday party, and my friend made me a werewolf because he thought it was funny. I was the first out. They looked at me, and they're like, I think it's Sarah. And I go, what? I just kept saying what? I couldn't even use words. I was like, what? What?
Not me.
Yeah. And then I was like, God damn it. I'm not any good at this. I can't lie to save my life. Unless it's to a cop to get out of a ticket. Then I turn into Meryl Streep. Then it's, oh my God. I pulled a mom card.
Was it? That's a good thing to do. Just do that.
That's it. I was like, I was fighting with my son, and I just think I'm the worst mother, and I'm really sorry. And then they're like, ma'am, it's okay. Don't go 100 miles an hour to go home, okay? Just go safe. They need you.
Drive
safe.
Keep it safe. Yeah. As you wind up the window, you're like, gotcha.
No, I always go really slow, and then I kind of hit a point where I'm like, fuck it, I need to speed again. I can't drive slow like this. It's America.
Don't speed.
Don't speed. Oh, please speed if you can get away. It's one law that I'm like, yeah, break that law. That's a stupid law. So I was reading today, you used to be a dentist?
Yes, that's right. Yep. I trained as a dentist. I was a dentist for 5 years, and it was great. I was really rich. It was awesome. And then and then then I got MS. It was in 2015. I was actually off on paternity leave. Like, my son had just been born, my oldest son Charlie. And while I was on paternity leave, I got MS, lost all the feeling in my hands, which it's quite difficult to do dentistry if you can't feel your hands.
Yeah.
So,
You're like just poking yourself. You're like, oh shit. Sorry,
is this
that's
right?
not your tooth. Yeah, that's not your tooth. Oh my God.
I'm going to hold a really fast spinning drill bit towards your face. Just tell me if I'm in the wrong place. And then, so from then I sort of had to stop doing dentistry, started doing a bit more comedy. I had been doing some before, but I'd been working on a TV show as a writer. So started doing more for that, started doing the audience warm-up for TV shows. The whole idea was that I was eventually it was just, a sort of part-time little thing, and I'd go back to dentistry eventually. And then a couple of years later, I had enough work as a comedian, which was great. I was doing the audience warm-up for shows like Dancing with the Stars and Family Feud. So I was a busy wee boy, and then one day I woke up and my eyesight had gone in my left eye, and then sort of half of my right eye as well. So my idea of going back to dentistry is, again, the feeling came back in my hand, so I could still do it. I just now couldn't see where the things were going, which again, very difficult for dentistry.
That's good.
Which means I sort of got to keep doing comedy and audience warm up for things. The producer from Family Feud was also the producer for Dancing with the Stars, who was also the producer for the Traitors. So when she was casting the show, they didn't have auditions; they just shoulder tapped people. She was like, "Oh, Sam's a nice man who isn't an idiot. Let's get him on the show." Apparently, I was the first person they cast, which was pretty amazing.
That's got to be a compliment, though. You know what I mean? That they knew.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you won. So they did have good instincts. That was it. I'm surprised they didn't come back and be like, we'll take a little bit of that. Like, we knew. We believed in you. So
we actually chose you, so we're actually going to take half of your winnings. I hope that's okay.
Yeah. Like, all right. I was so excited when you showed up in the opener for the season 2 of New Zealand. I was like, yeah, it's Sam.
That was so cool. I am such a fan of the Traitors. I've seen every version of it. I'm absolutely obsessed. And so one of the things I work on Taskmaster, so I coming up with tasks and missions and challenges is something I've been doing for years now. And when I was on the show, we were doing our missions, and I just kept on being like to the producers who I know from other things, just being like, "Hey, if you do another season, can I help come up with the missions? Because I think I didn't say this because I think I could do a little bit better than this."
Well, you probably could have. Your missions weren't.
They were really fun, but they were sort of just straight copies of the ones that we'd seen before. So we kind of knew the secret bits about them. But because of that, I then got a job working on season 2. So I helped come up with the missions, and then I wrote some of the scripts, the base scripts for Paul to say, for the host to say.
Oh,
and
wow.
So I was sort of in the room when they were like, "No, what are we going to do at this beginning part?" And I was like, "Oh, maybe you could get some sort of butler involved to do a thing." And then I stepped back and I didn't push it too much. Then I got a message one day being like, "Hey, can we fly you down to Timaru tomorrow to be in the house and actually be on the show?" And I was like, "Yes, please. This is my dream. This is so cool."
You manifested that. I love that.
Yeah, manifesting, hiding the... I'd probably be a good traitor, actually, with that kind of deviousness. Mention something and then just wait till someone brings it up. That's a good idea.
But it wasn't devious. It was a good way. Like, I guess you could point it in the bad direction. This is just, come on, more fabulousness.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've got to remember, I'm fabulous, not devious. Yes.
That's it. Yes, you're fabulous. You're a fabulous faithful. Remember, FF.
That's right. Yes,
FF.
great.
Fabulous faithful.
SS is the FF, yeah.
There we go. All right. So how many kids do you have? You said your oldest son, Charlie.
Yep, I've got Harry as well. So I've got 2 boys. Harry just turned 7, so I got 9 and 7-year-old. Yeah.
All right, I have 15 and 8, so I'm right in the middle of you there.
How is teenage years going? I'm a bit nervous about it.
Yeah, you should be. Because that's when you learn that somehow you've just stumbled through life. And you should have had them there all along to tell you exactly what you were doing wrong.
Oh, okay.
But also here's the shitty thing. Boys are kind of dicks.
Yeah.
Like, I help at my son's school with the teen girls, and I'm like, you're so good. And they're like, I love you, thank you. They're like hugging me. They're like, will you braid my hair? I'm like, I would love to braid your hair. I'm like, do you want to come on vacation with me? Walker can stay home. I was telling them all. I'm like, don't fuck with me. I will trade you out for another kid. When he was being a dick to me, I was like, other kids want to be my kid. We'll trade out.
So, Walker, is that your 15-year-old?
Yes. Yep. He was the first.
Okay. Oh, great.
And then Beckett's our 8-year-old who is just nuts. Like, so are you guys going to have any more kids, or is it like you think you're done?
Oh God, no.
Okay. So yeah, so it's kind of like that second kid. It's like, oh, you completed us. We saw what we were missing. Mm. But he gets more annoyed at his teenage brother than his teenage brother gets at him. He wrote an essay at school about how much his brother annoys him.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm the second. I've got an older brother as well, so I really sort of relate to Harry and Beckett now. It's like, what's this guy's going on? You sort of give him more responsibilities, and he's actually sort of done things to earn money, so he has cool gadgets and stuff. I don't have that because I didn't work towards it. This is great. So I fully relate to that. And I think Harry and I are going to get on. just
That's
fine.
it. That's what
or
you
at least
need.
I'll try and manipulate him into thinking that we're getting on well, because I'm fabulous.
You're fabulous faithful. Well, I mean, they get to see you and be like, so how did everyone feel when you came home with that hair? Because that was like, thank God you won. Thank God you won. Can you imagine if you lost and had that hair?
It would have been crazy. I had I remember being there when they got that challenge. I was like, I'm an actor. I need to have hair. I was born with hair. I've always had hair.
Yeah.
So it was quite nice being next to Anna, who doesn't have hair, and was I was like, oh yeah, maybe I could join up with Anna. That'd be cool.
Do some dual things.
I got home at 3 a.m. The day after Meg, my wife, was expecting me to come home. So I knock on the door, walk in. I'm carrying all my stuff. I'm wearing the hat that Brooke lent me because he was like, no one should have to look like this on national television, international television, I guess. Yeah,
that's it.
And she was just like, oh, welcome home. I'm like, okay, this is weird. I kind of look like a monk. And she'd be like, what? Why? I was like, it was part of a challenge. The other thing is, I didn't tell Meg that I won. I told her that I came 5th. And so I wanted to keep it a secret from my family that I won. So I didn't tell her for ages. I was going to wait until we actually watched the show, but one day $30,000 just appeared in our bank. And she was like, where'd this money come from? I was like, oh, okay, we won. I won the show.
Oh, that is evil. Oh, yeah. I cannot imagine.
Well, the thing is, I'm an evil person. The thing is,
you should have been a traitor.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I was gearing up to be a traitor. I wanted so much to be a traitor. I was like, I've been a faithful the whole time. I haven't had to lie to anyone. I'm going to have a wee secret for a bit and see what it's like. Obviously, I know that eventually it's going to be a great reveal. And it was. I actually got sent the final episodes early, so I watched them with my parents and Charlie and Harry and Meg, and we watched them all together.
Oh!
And it was so amazing. Was
everybody crying? Was everybody just so excited?
It was incredible. Harry gave me the biggest hug, and it was so. It really was sort of the icing on the cake for that. I'm welling up just talking about it. It's crazy.
Well, as a kid, all you want is your parents to be proud of you, but you have no idea how different it is when your kid is proud of you. That's next level. And being able to be I'm a parent to be proud of. And there's something to it.
Yeah. It's so true. That's why dads tell embarrassing stories or jokes, because they just want to, get that reaction out of their kids. And when it's a nice positive reaction that comes back, oh, it's lovely.
That's it. That's all we get. We give and give and give.
Yeah.
And we're like, just give us that little bit.
Come on, I'm not sure if you had this, but the moment when you have a little baby, I'm not sure if it's just because I'm a comedian, but the first time that baby laughed at me, I was like, well, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened. How can I make this continue happening forever and ever? This is delightful. That was, oh my gosh, the greatest moment.
The baby laugh, nothing beats a baby laugh. No, I did. I would do this monkey noise. I'm like, oh, 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 oh. He loved it. And I filmed it. And whenever you're having a bad day, you just watch that. And it's like, yes, I've got it.
So good. I can entertain infants. Let's monetize this. This is cool.
Hey, infants are, we have friends that have had babies recently, and every time we come home, I'm like, I'm so glad we don't have a baby. He's like, I'm so glad we don't have a baby.
There's a sort of nice moment where as soon as you kind of just get used to having a baby. Okay, here's this creature in this house that I can now look at. I can pop it down and do. As soon as it starts moving, then by itself, you're like, oh gosh, no, now this is extra tough. And then when it can start talking, you're like, finally we can communicate. And then they start swearing at you, and you're like, oh no, we've got every sort of level feels like an achievement, but then there's sort of a new boss to defeat at every stage as well. It's great.
Oh, and just wait till they're taller than you. That's what I'm running into now, where I'm like yelling at him. I'm like, this is not hit the same. Or hugging him.
Don't you make me come up there.
That's it. I hug him, and it's like hugging a real man. I'm like, this is kind of weird. I don't like this.
It's so strange. It's going to be so weird. When Charlie's 9, so yeah, I've still got a couple of years of swaddling him, lying on top of him, and be like, I'm your dad.
That's it. Well, even then, you can do it with a teenager, because that's the thing they'll do. They'll kind of play like they don't want it, but they do. Yeah. And I was joking with my son. I was helping at the school with a play, and I gave like some girls some sodas. I'm like, it's because you're my favorite. And I walked away, and we're in the car on the way home, and he's like, you said they were your favorites. I was like, do you care? He's like, no, I don't care. I'm like, then why the fuck did you bring it up? Like, if that was just no big deal. I'm like, they were my favorite girls.
He cares so much. It's so nice there.
He does. He's so sweet. I told him I wouldn't talk about him on this, but I'm like, Fat Luck, I just spent 2 weeks helping you with your play.
Yeah. What was the play?
Big Fish.
Oh.
Remember that shitty movie?
Yeah. Yeah. It's great.
The play, I have to say.
There's a stage show of it?
Yes. I highly recommend it. It was, and maybe I'm biased as a mom, but I mean, I was helping at all the practices. I probably saw that play 20 times.
Yeah, great.
Every time it was great. It never got old.
Yeah. So you need a little Danny DeVito character. You need a giant character. You need twins and circus folk. Yeah. Wow, that'd be amazing.
It was neat. No, you go, please. I'm interviewing you. I won't shut up.
My favorite band is a band called Real Big Fish. So every time I see that band, I see that, I'm like, hey, it's like my favorite band. Great.
We must be the same age. How old are you?
I'm 39.
I'm 40. We are. I was like, if you just drop the Real Big Fish, we're right there. Okay.
They're so good.
There we go. Yes. Music these days isn't the same.
It's not the same. It's not. This isn't the summer of '96 when ska was good. It's still good.
It's classics.
And you're in Arizona, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So man, you are so close to that West Coast ska, third wave ska. Oh my gosh, Goldfinger, Real Big Fish,
all of it. I was
going to say Listen Jacob, but they're from Florida.
Oh yeah, do you know the Vandals? I saw the Vandals in high school. Yeah, that's
wow. So all these bands are the bands that I also listened to in high school, but just being like, whoa, they're from so far away. You can never.
I didn't think about that. Here, it's just like you're not missing much, honestly. If you'll take me, I'll come live with you in New Zealand right now. Things are not good.
But the other thing I love Disneyland. I'm a massive Disneyland fan. So whenever my idea of as soon as I won Traitors, I was like, let's go to Disneyland. But I had just actually been. I went to 2019, and funnily enough, I met Justine Smith there. Justine from the Traitors there. We both big Disneyland fans,
at the same time.
So we talk about all the time, and imagine just someone being at the table next to us, being like, "Hey, those are two faithfuls from the Traitors New Zealand season 1, just hanging out beforehand." It'd be
I
great.
know that would be my husband and I'd be like, oh my God. And I'd be like, I'm going to go talk to him. And he keeps me like, he's like, don't go bother them. I'm like, they want to know. They want to know that I love them.
I'll tell you what, if anyone comes up to me and tells me that they watched The Traitors and they enjoyed it, I will talk to them more about The Traitors than they will want to. They will get sick of me talking about that. What did you think about this moment? And oh my gosh, what strategies would you do? And would you want to be a traitor? Would you want to be a faithful?
Well, but it was, I mean, think about it. That was like a moment in your life. Like that is burned on your soul. Like that being triumphant like that, like you said, as an adult. And it was so, you and Anna are such good people, you know, and it's just so much better. Like when someone dicks someone over, even if it's for their like IVF, I'm sorry. It just isn't, I couldn't look someone in the eye and be like, no, I swear I would never dick you over. And then have to be like, it was a game. Like,
yeah. One of the hardest things. And there were three really, really tough moments for me. One, voting out Vanda. I just felt like we'd bullied this lovely lady out of it because everyone had been questioning her the whole time. I just felt so bad about that. Same thing with Kings. Kings was so nice that I questioned why he was being so nice. This man is so nice. I said so many times that I wanted to be his best friend, and he's just so lovely. And I thought he must be lying. There's no way he can possibly be this nice. And it turns out he was that nice. Oh. And then just at the end, at the fire pit, when it's just Brooke, Anna, me, and Julia, when we vote out Julia wanted to use the money to fix her roof in her house. And Anna wanted it for her eye surgery, which I thought was quite funny because I'm blind. And I was going to use it to renovate this very room that I'm sitting in right now. And then Brooke was going to give it to his marae. And I was just like, those are all so good reasons. And then when we voted out Julie, because I was adamant she was a traitor. I was so sure it was Julia, so much so that I knew I was on side with Anna and Brooke to vote her out. So I didn't feel too worried going into this to the end thing. But when we voted her out and she said she was a faithful, I was like, oh no, we've just taken the roof off this lady's house and she's so nice. Oh, and Julia's incredible. She's a really good friend. I've really hung out with her heaps since the show. And just knowing that we'd taken it from her, I feel so bad about it. I still apologize to her every time I see her. Still, and we're 2 and a bit years later now. No, we've just come up to 2 years. Anyway.
Did she get the roof?
She did get the roof eventually, yes. But
there we go.
But so it's good. But man, knowing that I had taken the roof off this lovely lady's house,
don't feel bad. Do you remember? I think it was Australia when they voted off the woman that wanted to buy a hand.
Oh, yeah.
The first one out, she wanted to buy a hand. I mean, that's bad.
Yeah. Well, not as bad as the UK's. Was it UK season 1 or season 2? They voted off, I think her name was Nikki. They voted off the lady, season 1. They voted off her first, the woman who didn't have a hand. And they voted her off.
Wanted to buy a hand. Yes, that was it.
Because she said that she didn't drink water and she didn't reach for water when everyone else did. And she was like, oh, yeah, I don't have a hand.
No,
we voted her off anyway.
I know, and all she wanted to do was buy a hand. I was like, I don't know how some of these people sleep at night. Like, that had to get you. Like,
that stuff is so. Oh, man, it's amazing. Are you watching Traitors US at the moment?
I am. Yes.
Oh, cool. I don't think I've seen. Is this week's? No, it's only Tuesday.
We're a little bit behind.
Man. Yeah, it's a great season. The characters on the show are so cool, but yeah, again, argumentative.
That's the American way. I feel like we're just going to scream at each other, and that's entertainment. That's all we have.
Yeah, that's pretty good. My strategy was just to not be a threat to anyone. To just, if I'm on side with everyone. If the traitors think that I have their back, then they won't get rid of me. That's the only thing you can do as a faithful. And so I was just spent the whole time, anytime I did anything that might annoy someone, straight away I'd be like, hey, sorry, I don't actually think that. I had to pick someone. I'm sorry it was you. I don't actually think it's you. I think it's someone else. And I spent the whole time just trying to be everyone's matey friend, and which just isn't happening in this US version right now. It's incredible.
Did you ever watch Survivor with Boston Rob?
No, I hadn't. Yeah. So watching him in this season, I'm like, wow, he's incredible. He's so eloquent. What I like about him is that he speaks, he just speaks so much logic. He's like, well, slow down, everyone. We can't do that for these very clear reasons. We should do this for these very clear reasons. Yeah, it'd be, as a always team faithful, what a horrible person to be up against as a traitor. But man, he's good.
He's good. He was good on. It's so funny though. The ones that are doing well are the ones that are like from when we were younger, and that's kind of the ones that when they bring on in the US version, like CT and Trishelle, I watched on Real World and Road Rules before. Yeah. So my husband hadn't. So I'm like, you didn't have cable. I keep forgetting you were poor growing up. Oh, that's anyway. Yeah. I have to tell him about MTV stuff.
I love the fact that CT and Trishelle are on because I love a faithful win. But man, when they voted out MJ at the end, that was it sort of really put a damper on it. I hated it.
It did, but right before it happened, my husband was like, "This is what they should do." Blah blah blah, and then that's what they did. And I'm like, you would be a great traitor. He would, because he's just the quiet, nice guy. Like he would, he could low key dick people over. And if I were a traitor, I would keep telling people. I'd be like, "Okay, I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm a traitor. Don't tell anyone. And I won't kill you." And then everyone would be like, "Sarah's a traitor. She told like 8 of us."
Yeah. That's a specific rule in the rule book. You cannot tell other people you're a traitor, even if you are a traitor, because exactly that reason. It's just such an overpowered play. Hey, I'm a traitor. If you vote for me, then
okay, so that is a rule. Is there also a rule that you can't out anyone else? Because sometimes when like a traitor gets voted out by another traitor, I would go nuclear, but are you not allowed to?
Yeah, you're not meant to. And they've done it. They've had it a couple of times. Like when Kieran voted for Wilf at the end with a parting gift in UK season 1, you shouldn't do that. In the one where Boston Rob just got out, sorry if that's a spoiler alert, he says, "I've been a traitor from the beginning." You're not meant to say that. You're not meant to give sort of any indication. Some people say in New Zealand season 2, Ben was a traitor who was recruited one day and then was banished the next day. And he said, I was like a one-day traitor. And everyone's like, oh. So, you're not allowed to do anything that sort of implies that. But, again, I don't know how much control they have, because if you say something crazy, it kind of unravels the whole game, because there's so little production interference on this show. It's so different from every other show. You basically get given the game, you play it as a with your group, and then you're done. Like, you decide where the game finishes. You choose who leaves. You choose who stays. It's it's such a empowering show to be on. That also messes with your mind and makes you question everything.
So it seems like everyone in New Zealand knows everyone. Do you know Jono Roberts?
Jono Roberts. That name does sound familiar.
He was on a few like Xena, but he was on La Brea.
That's a bakery.
Well, it's also the La Brea Tar Pits. It was that like there was a sinkhole. Did you ever watch that? It was god awful. Like it was so bad. It was good that it was like it was another thing. Like we got really into it. But so for Father's Day, we loved his character. And so I reached out on Instagram and I got a phone call with my husband for Father's Day with him. And then,
amazing.
And he was so cool. And like, we were friends and like chatting, and then he dropped me. So I was going to see if you know him, that I'd be like, can you tell him that he needs to respond to my text messages? Because now he's not the first New Zealander on here now. That's for fucking sure. You beat him.
Is that me? Or have you been talking to other people?
No, this is a pretty new thing. So I was really like, I meditated and I was like, I need to message Sam. Sam's my favorite. He needs to know this. And then you messaged me right back. I was like, this is amazing. Like when somebody matches my energy like that, I'm like, fucking yes, this is how it should go. I hate ambivalent people.
Yeah. And there are some people who will say yes and then not do it. But I think that just shows how keen I am to talk about the Traitors 24/7.
No, but you should, like I said, I was on that mom chat. I'm like, I got Sam. We're going to be going out to happy hour talking about this, ladies.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so good. It's so man, and that's another crazy thing about this show that I'm just hanging out in New Zealand, and you're over in Arizona, a place I've never been. And
well, you need to come now because you're a Strickland. Once you're on here, you're a Strickland. Harry, Charlie, come on. Aunt Sarah would love to spoil you. You come play with your cousin Beckett.
I'm a big fan of the show Arrested Development, and on that show they're always talking about moving to Phoenix. So we're going to Phoenix. So for me, Phoenix is like that's kind of Mecca. It's like, but things aren't go. Life is shitty in California. Great, we're going to Phoenix. Do you live in Phoenix? Or do you live somewhere else? We're
in Gilbert, so we're like a bougie kind of suburb, but it's a lot of like. New, like you can tell. So Scottsdale's old money, Gilbert's new money, and they act like it. And it's just a lot of like stay-at-home moms. Like it
sounds great.
It's different. Yeah, I don't fit in exactly. Like I kind of just power my way through with like my bitch necklace, and they're like all wearing crosses, and I'm like, well, I'm just saying who I am. Like
amazing. And are you from Arizona originally?
I grew up in Sandwich, Illinois. I was a small farm town girl. Sandwich, Illinois. I know. And then we moved to Phoenix, and I actually met my husband on a blind date in the 9th grade right after we moved here.
Sorry, I'm just going to do some maths. 9th grade for me is, so when you're like 14? 15?
Yeah, we were 14. Yeah. We didn't stay together that whole time. He liked a busty cheerleader, and I was a flat, loud chick, so he went for her, but it worked out in the end.
Good. She's dead now, so we're good.
I know. She is in my mind, Miranda, whatever the fuck. Oh my god, I think her last name may have been Smith. What if you're related?
That's actually my mom. So
I know, Miranda. No, I'm sorry. No. I didn't need to talk about your bustiness.
All right. So Sandwich, Illinois. Are you by? Was it by Chicago? Is it where is Sandwich?
It was 2 hours outside, and we went back for my 40th birthday, and we took a lift. That was the longest lift of my life. Like
what? From Arizona to?
Oh no, we were in Chicago. We went to visit Chicago for my birthday. No, I'm like, let's just. You're like, that was a really bad plan, ma'am. That was a $30,000 lift.
We're pretty bougie. We actually just take a lift from
everywhere. Yeah, no, we took a lift from Chicago to Sandwich, and I was like, here it is, guys. It was like a highway. It was bad. There were these like redneck guys that were like looking at me, and I'm all friendly. I'm like, hi, how you doing? And they looked at me like, you California bitch, keep walking. I was like, we need to go now.
You were like, how dare you? I am from here.
That's it.
And I live in Arizona, so you're wrong twice.
Yeah, that's it. So then also, I was like, what? Oh no, you go.
I thought the whole redneck thing was like down in the South, like not up in Chicago.
Oh no, totally Chicago.
Oh.
Like it was like a lot of like Trump flags. I mean, you seem like a MAGA guy to me, but so I don't want to offend you. Please let me come live with you in New Zealand. I don't want to live here anymore. We have Elon Musk as our president. It's really bad.
Yeah. Hey, here's the thing. Things work in waves. You get an Obama, you got to do some Trump time. You got to, you'll be Biden. Through it soon. Yeah. You Biden your time, and then you have a little bit more Trump. You'll get a Kamala. You'll get someone who should be there at some point, and then people will realize. It's just the way it works. You'll be okay.
I went to a Kamala rally and everything.
Wow, awesome.
I had a pussy power flag on my house. The neighbors did not like that. I was the talk of the neighborhood Facebook.
Great.
Yeah.
I love that you're that character, and there's probably a group of people talking about like that crazy snowflake lady, and you're
Oh, that is. I live in Agritopia too. It's called Agritopia. Look it up. It's an urban farm in Arizona. Like it's this whole little town thing. It's not
Agritopia.
There's
I just opened it in the thing, so I'll look at it later.
Yes, look at it. But so you'll see. Like I'm an enigma in this neighborhood. Like they were not expecting that. Somebody's got to do it.
There's nothing more boring than being like the same as everyone else. Ugh, lame.
Well,
you got to be that person that mixes it up.
That's it. Or like goes and like there's at the play. We have these microphones that are messing up because some fucking church is running our auditorium. Fucking Pastor Paul. Suck my dick.
Oh.
So I was telling the principal.
And they get Pastor Paul.
Pastor Paul. You should have seen him. He came to the play. He had like a Jerry curl and like a piercing pagoda chain.
Sorry, is he white?
No, he was not.
Okay, I was about to say that. A white man with a Jerry curl just shouldn't be done. So okay.
No, he was Hispanic, and his wife looked like his mother.
Oh, right.
And so I was just like mad dogging him with the other moms. I was like, "You're messing up our mic." So then I went to the principal, and I was like, "So our kids are in tears because you want to rent out our auditorium for $20,000." And he goes, "It's $200,000." And I go. Well, I'm glad we're putting a price on our children's memories. Are we going to get those fucking mics fixed? So.
Oh, wow. Wait.
Somebody, and
that's
then the other money. How do they have $200,000 for this church that is in an auditorium?
I'll tell you why they don't pay tax.
Well,
and they basically steal from their congregations. Yeah.
Yeah. Pastor Paul.
Was it L. Ron Hubbard that said like the only ways to make money are to I can't remember what the first one was, but start a religion, and then he started Scientology and made a buttload of money. So yeah,
I mean,
that's the way to do it. Let's do it.
That's it. Start a religion. That's it. You just need to make enough money. That's what you need to do with your trader money is start a religion.
Yeah, good. That money was spent before I got it, but yeah, cool.
Did you end up getting to go to Disneyland though?
I haven't been since, but I had just been before it. But the I did use I paid off my dentistry student loan with it, which was
that also had to feel great.
It was so good. Like and Traitors happened at just such a time where kind of everything fell together, and it genuinely was an incredible moment of my life. I paid off dentistry so I could go back. You know, I could kind of put that behind me, and I can then, I wasn't working as a comedian to pay off a dentistry student loan
that you're not using anymore.
And just the fact that I kind of proved to myself as well that despite being an MS person who is legally blind, I can still do fucking awesome stuff. Like it was so great, and I just really sort of empowered myself into thinking that maybe this is good. Things are going to be all good. Things are going to be great. And I think
so. Brilliant. Are you going to do more stuff? Like, do you have a charity or anything that you support that you want to talk about? We're all for helping people.
Oh man, MS Auckland is I'm the ambassador for MS Auckland. So they and was before the show. They do great things for people with multiple sclerosis like myself. My big thing with it is that when people get MS, they often get scared because they don't know what it is. If we can share that lots of people have this. They say it's 1 in 1,000 people here in New Zealand anyway. I'm not sure what it's like in America, but so that's quite common. And if people then know about it, if they happen to get it, they'll know that, oh, hey, that guy who won Traitors has got MS. That person who is a professional surfer has MS. A professional wrestler has MS. Just people know that it's not so scary, and I think that's a pretty good message to know about MS. So yeah, so that's a big thing. The other people I do work for is Blind Low Vision NZ, who are the I think that, well, it clearly explains it in the name. The people who have lost vision or anything like that are people that are good people. And I'm trying to do a bit more then. I host the podcast, which is called Revision. And we talk to cool people doing cool things in the blind low vision community. Yeah. So it's good times.
That's so neat. Yeah. Just dropped all that very no big deal when you're like, well, I'm X, Y, and Z. It's very impressive. Yeah. I just wrote a book.
Yeah. Wrote a book. That's my new book that's coming out. This is the only copy, actually. I've been sent it. I got sent it yesterday. And I have an adventure series for kids called Miles and Jones. And I just found out that, in fact, this is relevant to you. I have a book called Don't Scare the Dentist, which is a book about a dentist who's scared of children, and it teaches kids how they can have a sort of a nice, healthy attitude to oral hygiene. And I just found out last week that it's being released in the US and Canada on, I think, March the 6th, the 8th? March the 6th. sometimes in like 2 weeks' time, which is so cool.
Wow. So do you self-publish or do you have a publisher?
I have a publisher. They're called Hachette, and they're awesome. They're so good. They just take care of everything. Yeah.
Well, my husband self-publishes, so.
Yeah, great. Man, you'll get so much more control and probably way more income from it than I do.
Way more, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, he retired me, so people might be like, "Oh, it's indie." I'm like, "Well, we made a shit ton of money, so if you want to shit out indie, have at it." Yeah.
It's a shame, suckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And I guess eventually one day I might move there, but Hachette have just been so cool to me and hooked me up with all the right people. And maybe once I've got a bit of a base, I'll be brave enough to do it. But it's still kind of like a side hustle. I still feel like I'm a TV writer who has this little merch gig going on where I make some books. So,
but it's fun.
Slowly getting bigger and bigger though. So hopefully it keeps doing it.
Because that's also legacy media. That's there forever. That's great. So your grandkids are going to be getting money from it. Yeah. You know, like you're building generational wealth. You're building generational wealth.
Oh, I've never thought about that. Yeah. That's great.
Isn't it?
So please, everyone buy 1,000 copies of Don't Scare the Dentist and Miles and Jones when it comes out.
I'll be at the authors conference being like, I know Sam Smith. No big deal. He's on my podcast.
We actually go way back.
Yeah, like he's cool. I'll see if I can get him. Like, no promises, guys.
I'll just text him. We'll give him.
We should be text buddies. I would love that. We'll be buddies.
Please do. Anyone who is a fan of Traitors, I'm always like, this person likes things that I like. Cool, we'll get along just fine.
And the music, we got the music. I get lonely. I work from home now. I used to work retail, so it was kind of like warming up a crowd every day. And now I just work from home and I'm like, I get lonely. Somebody message me. I need attention. I'm an extrovert.
And what retail? What kind of retail?
Oh gosh. I was a manager for Vans, Children's Place, Victoria's Secret, Phallus, Tilly's.
Sorry. I've got two questions. Vans, like the amazing shoes?
Yeah, I opened all the Arizona stores. I was the only store when they first got here, and then I helped open all the stores. I was really good at what I did.
Also, second question. Because I'm a pop punk ska guy, like punk and ska. So Vans is like the thing to wear with it. Anyway, good job, well done. Second thing, did you say you worked at a place called Phallus?
Phallus, Fallas. Yes, it was like a ghetto Ross. Do you guys have Ross Dress for Less? TJ Maxx?
No. Yes, you're right.
Like a store like
Phallus.
that. Like the penis. Yes. And it was weird. It was this Jewish guy's that was their last name. It was almost like he wasn't in on the joke.
That's a Jewish guy, so they cut the top off the fella.
Yeah. So it was so weird. He sat us down one time. It was me, a new district manager, and he's like, let's come up with a plan for the company. And I was like, I gave up my benefits at another company to come here and you don't know what we're doing? Like they went under during COVID, which couldn't have happened to a nicer company. Man. But
yeah.
I got the shaft at that job. See, now I cemented the friendship with the shaft joke, didn't I?
Yeah, we're there. Love it. Love it.
Well, thank you so much. I don't want to chat your ear. Here's the problem. You have a podcast. How do you end it? I run into that problem where I could talk to people for 3 hours and then people are like, your podcast is too long. I'm like, but I'm just having fun talking to people.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you're having fun, you can kind of keep doing it. But what do I do? I'll say a good one is, well, that's all the time we have. Or, I guess with my podcast, we edit it down. So it's, so it doesn't really matter. We can go for ages. I once talked to someone, he's an author. His name is just skipping my mind. He's blind. He's a comic book artist, and he writes them all as well. He's incredible. I should know him because he's my brother's friend from high school. I can picture him. His name is Richard Fairgray. He lives in California now. Amazing artist. Definitely check out his books if you like sort of cool graphic novels. And I talked to him for 2.5 hours. And had to edit that down to a 40-minute podcast. There was a lot. And everything he said was gold as well. So we could have done 3 episodes out of it. Yeah. So, well, that's the question. That's the thing. Don't finish. Keep going, and then just make it into many episodes. That's my advice.
Oh, there we go. It'll be the series. I'll be like, it's SS series. It's the triple S.
Yeah.
Triple S, triple threat.
We can't really do the SS, eh? That's kind of been stolen by the Nazi secret police, right?
Oh.
Is that the SS?
Yeah, that is, isn't it? Okay, no,
yeah,
that's
okay. Let's back away from that.
Yeah, I didn't see Nazis. Okay, you're my age. It was kind of like anti-Nazi growing up, correct? Like Nazis bad. It felt like a pretty firm message.
And still till this day.
I agree. But there's a resurgence that I just do not understand because I'm like, did you not watch Schindler's List in the 7th grade like I did? Like, Holocaust bad. They had to warn us not to laugh when they were all running naked. Because they're like, this is not, well, think about it. Like 7th graders will laugh at naked people running, but when it's in Schindler's List, it's not,
Yeah. To be honest, I haven't seen Schindler's List because it seems too grim to watch.
Oh, I only watched it in school. It wasn't like a fun watch. Yeah, I had to. And they're like, don't laugh. There's people running naked, but it's like bad. They're dying. And like, okay.
And isn't it amazing that our fellow SS Steven Spielberg directed that at the same time he was directing Jurassic Park?
That's how did he like turn it on and off? Like,
so he filmed stuff and then went over and filmed Schindler's after Jurassic Park. And so at nighttime he would just be, talking horrific things during the day about what are the worst atrocities that's ever happened in the entire world. And then at nighttime he would look at cool pictures of robot dinosaurs. So maybe that balanced him up.
That was it. We had to leave Jurassic Park, I remember, because when that guy got eaten off the toilet I have a little brother. He freaked the fuck out. We had to leave the theater.
I thought you were going to say you had to leave because you were laughing too much. That's one of the greatest moments of television of sort of a history ever.
No, it was my brother was a pussy and I had to leave. He also pussied out during Batman Returns when the penguin bit somebody's nose. We had to leave. This is why I don't talk to him anymore, Sam, is because
your brother sucks.
He does.
What's his name?
Kyle.
Kyle, you suck. We hate you.
It's true. I don't talk to him. Oh, we do. Okay. Yeah, I haven't talked to him in 2 years, so we're good.
Okay.
I replaced him with this drummer from another band. Oh, he lives 10 minutes away with my parents. It's a whole thing.
Kyle, shout out to you. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Haven't talked to you in 2 years, man. Replaced you with Ben from Me Likes Bees. We're at a show, and I'm like, that guy looks like my brother. So then I took pictures with him. So now I've been playing it up like he's my brother's replacement. And my husband's like, Sarah, you might be making it weird. I'm like, well, I'm just kind of weird. And if I find something amusing, I'm going to go with it until the end of time because my job is to amuse myself. It's nobody else's job to amuse me.
I love the idea that it's always good to have a drummer on hand as well for your
right. How
music
cool
stuff.
Is that?
I have a little electronic drum kit here that I desperately want to get a proper full-size one because drumming is so fun. Oh, it's the best.
Use your trader money. Buy some drums. Live your best life.
Again, I've already spent that money.
Go take out loans and be like, well, it's against I just haven't got my trader money yet.
You got to remember that.
Interest rate.
Sari in season 1 of The American Traitors won $250,000. That's $250,000. I won almost a tenth of that, also in New Zealand money. So I wonder if I can figure out this. I won $17,209 US, which is pretty good, but not quite the $250,000 that she took away.
I mean, that has to kind of sting a little bit because, like I said, you worked your ass off. Like you got them out, you earned it, and that's just like money for nothing.
Well, it really was, because the thing is, we would have played the game for free. In fact, we probably would have paid money to play it. And the fact we got to do it and then other people got to share it and watch it around the world is pretty incredible. Like the fact that I get messages from people like yourself and people in the UK, someone in Brazil, it's just nuts that that they managed to see the thing that we filmed on over 10 days during a hot summer here in Auckland. It's crazy. It's so cool. It's kind of the best thing about it. It's just making all the new. Oh no, the money's the best thing. Second best thing is meeting all the new friends and sort of getting to hang out with the other people who got to play Traitors around the world as well. It's a dream. It's great.
I've seen like the ones from the newest season of England or like going to Bridget Jones' Diary, like movie premiere and stuff. Did you guys get any of that stuff, or did you get the shaft?
I mean, not quite as much as that. In UK, that show's the top #1 show by far, and so they are legitimate celebrities over there. And here, people watched it. I've been stopped in the street maybe twice.
Hey, that had to be the best twice ever.
Oh, it was great. It was the morning after the final aired was the first time, and I was going to do an interview, and someone was like, "Hey, your hair grew back," and I was like, "Yeah, did it, yeah, this is it."
That's it. This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, and then I feel like I've gone too long with it now. Like it really has grown.
Overcompensating. It's the author thing. I'm telling you, you're just in that room writing. The hair grows.
Well, I'm in a musical at the moment. I'm Spam-A-Lot. Monty Python's Spam-A-Lot, and I play one of the knights. And he's got a big mustache, and so I've grown my mustache out to be it, and with that the hair as well. So it's going to be really fun. But man, I'm looking forward to not having it. It's quite.
It's a lot.
It's quite a lot.
What don't you do? You're like, I'm just writing books and doing comedy and writing for TV shows. And I'm just also in a musical, and I'm an ambassador for this charity, and I'm getting water for children in Africa.
Yeah.
And just everything.
The thing I don't do is have a job. Like
I hear that.
Little things,
yeah.
Relatable, right?
Yeah.
You just fill your time with whatever until something comes along. So yeah.
That hopefully makes you money.
Yeah. Eventually, that's the thing, If you keep doing something, eventually you'll become really good at it, and people will pay you for it. I guess that's the thing I'm kind of working on. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right?
I can't work for someone again, right? Can you ever work for someone again? I just don't think I could.
It's very difficult to go back to like the idea of doing a 9-to-5 job is I just can't even fathom it. Like, but then I won't be able to sleep until 10 when I want to. What do you mean? I would have to go and clock in. I would have to go somewhere. I don't know, man. That sounds weird.
The commute was what killed it for me. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, I have a great job. I'll quit my job and help you write more books. And he's like, so you just want to quit your job? I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, great.
He's like, all right, fine. And then we just had too many lunches together. He's like, this is bad. I just want to have fun and like play now and not work. I'm like, yeah, you better write those books. That's what makes us the money.
Oh, that's so good. Isn't it crazy that we live in a time now where you can do that? Like when we were growing up, you got a job. That's why I became a dentist. That's a job. I know exactly what that is.
You go to college? Yes. You get that 401k
you get a job.
Vacation time and now it's no, that's the sucker's game.
As a dentist, I was actually self-employed, so we didn't get vacation time. You just take time off. It was great. And but now I can still do that, but just not getting the regular paycheck from being a dentist.
Hey, that's all right. We're going to manifest lots of money for both of us, so we can just live our dream. I mean, you're a winner. You won. I mean, come on. If you don't think that doesn't mean you have some magic in you.
I'm so happy where I'm at. All these things that have happened. Some haven't been great, but most of them have been great, and it's just a cool place to be. It's so great. The fact that I get to chat with people from all around the world, and it's because I got again another lucky. I got lucky on a show that I was lucky enough to be cast, and it's so cool.
It was your journey. I fully believe in fate and all that. And that was your, I think that when you find the right path, all doors open for you. It's the people that hit roadblocks, they're on the wrong path.
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Yeah. If you're getting stuck into something, maybe you're on the wrong path.
Yeah. All the bad things keep happening.
I'll tell you what, Sarah, maybe you should be writing a book because that's wise. That's good wisdom to
I know. I'm very
profound.
For someone with such profanity out of my mouth all the time, then I have like these really wise moments, like where I'm like, it's okay that your mom's only so hard on you because she sees her flaws in yourself. And that's what she's picking apart. It has nothing to do with you, honey. I was like the group mom backstage. Like, I was like, I've had a lot of therapy, guys. You want some of it? Oh man, she's made Dr. Voss. I love you. Oh, she saved me. All that therapy.
I love profound profanity is like that's a title for a book right there. Go right there.
That's it. That's the title of my biography. There we go.
Yeah.
I met a guy who told me I should write a book at an author's conference, but now I think he was just propositioning me to be in a polyamorous relationship. Because he was like talking to me and he was like talking about how he wanted to be in a polyamorous relationship. And I was like, I'm just a nice person. And I was just like, if that's what you want, you should go find that. Everyone should find their joy. But I think he wanted it with me because then he disappeared and we never saw this other author and I were talking to him and he just disappeared. And the last night I'm like, where did that guy go? She's like, I don't even know. It was like we're like, did we imagine him? Maybe. I mean, I was a little high. I'm not gonna lie, but normally on marijuana, I don't have like hallucinations. So I think he was real. Yeah.
That's your desert peyote, right? That's the stuff that you guys get. Is that right?
Do you guys have marijuana over there?
No,
I don't mean to sound stupid, but like. It's a genuine question. It is
an illegal drug. We had a referendum a couple of years ago, and I think it got voted down like 51% to 49%. But yeah, which seems I think medicinal. You can get it. I'm not a drug guy. I'm not even an alcohol guy actually.
I don't drink either. So sober sister with you. SS sober sisters.
So
the SS is just our thing.
We should. I think we should call ourselves S Club 7.
Like the show.
SS Club 7.
S Club 7. We just also aged ourselves.
Yes, yeah. I think I'm happy to be aged at the same age as those guys. Those guys are great. So yes, I'm not a weed guy, but I think it's very useful as a medication for people with MS like myself. And people makes people creative. So keep that coming. That's great.
Well, and you don't have to smoke it. I have these little pills. They look like fish oil. I'm the classiest pot you've ever met. I take it through security. I'm like, that's for my menopause, guys. Perimenopause a bitch. I know all these oils I have to take, and they just let me through.
Great.
Nobody wants to talk about perimenopause. That's like, they shut it down. They're like, okay, ma'am, you're fine. Go on through.
I found out. I worked on a show, and they talked about menopause. A lady from the show talked about it, and all the things she was saying were kind of all the symptoms are fairly similar to MS symptoms. So I immediately was like, oh my gosh, this thing that I complain about all the time to try and raise awareness and all this stuff is something that most women are going through. I just felt like, oh my God, it sort of really properly opened my eyes to the fact that, oh yeah, mate, I can probably be a bit nicer. No, I can just be a bit more aware and be more understanding. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
But hey, at least you did. Most men would be like, that sounds like bitch shit. I don't care about that. Go lose your ovaries in the other room, honey. I don't want to hear about that. Football's on. When I was at uni at dent school, I did a paper in reproductive anatomy, so I actually know kind of all the science about it and how it all works, and so much so that when my wife she was feeling funny, and I was like, Meg, I think you're pregnant. She was like, what? Shut up.
I think you're pregnant. She's like, no. And I nailed it. She was.
Oh, she was. I thought you meant this happened last week. I was like, shut your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, I would never do that. That's a huge mistake. Oh my gosh. No. But yeah. When
that third kid, and you're going to agree with me, when people have that third kid, they're just a parent. Like something flips once you have that third kid, it seems like, and then you're just like a parent.
Yeah. It's
I just the sweet spot.
When you're outnumbered by them, it's
that's it. Or like Disneyland, you take one, your wife takes one. Like that's huge.
Yeah, and you fingers crossed and hope that the other one is the most responsible one who won't get lost in the in the crowd.
That's it.
Do you have are you one of two, or is there more than just
one
you
of
and Kyle?
two? Yeah, I'm the oldest, and then I have a younger brother, and my husband he has an older sister, and he's the younger brother. So it was all two. So that was what we were going to do.
You're kind of used to it, yeah. I'm one of four. I've got two younger sisters as well, and so I think I don't know how. And we grew up in England, so I was born in New Zealand but grew up in England, and my mum would travel back to New Zealand just with us while Dad would stay working in England, and just for holidays, vacations. And
I knew what holidays meant. I know I'm from Sandwich, Illinois, but I read a lot.
I'm just translating. I mean, not just for Thanksgiving and Christmas, for actual middle of the year vacations, but and just the idea of mum traveling on a flight with four kids, sort of 7, 5, 3, and 1, maybe when we went, is just
she's a saint.
That is nuts. Yeah, shout out my mum. She's great.
Yeah, seriously.
She's also mad, but she's
well, because she had the 4 kids. Like, you know how it is. At certain points, it's like, you're taking all my brain capacity right now. I have nothing left to give anyone.
It's exhausting. It's so nice at the moment. My kids are at school. Lovely. Just this year, they've started walking to school themselves.
That's the best.
That's so good.
That's you make sure they get off and then you go back to bed. Nothing beats going back to bed after they went to school. It is like
so good.
Summer vacation when you're little. I'm like, nobody needs anything from me.
This is heavenly.
This is heaven. I love a good nap. That's the nice thing about working at home too. I'll be like, I can just go take a nap whenever I want.
Yeah. It's man, I love it. With my writing, with my kids' books, I decide I'm just going to write one chapter a day. It's fairly easy because it's just 2 pages. It means I can sort of really focus and make sure it's like really cool and exciting, and every bit is sort of really good. And it doesn't take too long, and then I can sort of forget what happens over the rest of the day and come back the next day and reread it and be like, oh yeah, that thing, and that sort of gets me excited and makes it easier to sort of keep it going. So yeah. Writing books is cool. It's fun.
Hey, and it's good. Like I said, you're that generational wealth. This is legacy media. This is forever.
And what music stuff do you do, Sarah?
Oh, I got no music stuff. No. I can't sing to save my life.
Music stuff.
No.
And maybe because there's a microphone behind your head.
Oh, that's my logo for my podcast. I was helping with the musical for my son's school. No, my son can sing like a motherfucker. I can't carry a tune to save my life. In fact, my father told me, he heard me singing in the shower and he goes, if you ever try out for American American
Idol.
Singing American Idol, I would tell you don't do it. You'd embarrass the family.
So you said your son can sing like a motherfucker. Is that good or bad?
Oh, it's good. Like he's
really good. Okay, good.
I'm one proud mom out there. I'm that. Yeah. I am. But here's the deal. Okay, we saw Mean Girls when we were young, and it was like, yeah, Mean Girls. I have turned into Amy Poehler. 100%.
Yeah, good. I'm a cool mom.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. I'm like, you guys made me feel so young. Like I watched it and didn't think that would be me. Does that ever happen to you, where you just do these parent things now, and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the time. I think I fully yelled out like, "Go to your room," and I was like, oh, "Whoa! I did a go to your room. I've never seen that before. This is it. I'm becoming my parents." Wow. I love how you said that Mean Girls came out when we were young. I think it came out when we were like 17 or 18. So cool.
That 2004. We were young.
We were young. We were still young. Yeah.
We were still young. Yeah. I was not thinking that I was going to be a mom that was like film. Like I was at this play, Big Fish, and I was totally like, when she's dancing, I was like I was into it. I'm looking at the other parents. I'm like, isn't this great? Do you see what they're doing? Isn't this great? I just love you all so much. I was the group mom. And then my son would be a dick. And then I go talk to the other kids. I'm like, they like me. And I was like, this is probably horrible parenting when I'm like taunting him with other kids' love. I'm like, they want to go to Turkey and Greece with us this summer. Do you want to?
Are you going to go to Turkey and Greece
We're going to Turkey and Greece this summer. Yes.
Amazing.
Well, we both can work from the road. So it was like,
of course.
My husband he has ADHD. So he gets like really into stuff. So he's like, yeah, if we're doing this, let's do it. So he's like, 5 weeks. And we were in Chicago with the kids for a week. And we're like, what did we do to ourselves? How are we going to handle 5 weeks, just us in a room? So we're going to try to do Airbnbs.
Yeah, nice. Turkey, when you say Turkey and Greece, it immediately made me hungry. Made me want to.
Sounds like a good kebab.
Sounds like a good
sandwich.
fry-up. Yeah, man. Hungary's right by there as well, actually. So you can do that too.
It all.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Greece would be amazing. I've always wanted to do a production of Grease, the musical, set in ancient Greece. I thought that would be really funny.
Hey, that's your legacy. That's your you need to do that. You're going to get funding now, and then you're going to make it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you can, because you kind of need the rights to Grease the musical, and then you also need some sort of allowance to alter the musical to do it. So maybe if it's a parody, I could probably actually do it.
Or you could just wait until it's public domain.
That's a good idea. When did Grease come out? 70s? 77?
Yeah,
75?
so I don't know how long it takes to be that, but yeah, just wait until
50
then.
years. Oh no, it might be 100 years. I'll just wait till the year. I'll wait till I'm 90, and then I'll get it done.
That's what you'll do on your day. You're like, got a cane. You're like, I've been waiting for this. These rights finally get your kids. You get your kids to do it. You're like, this is what you need to do for me.
I'm 19 years old. I'm writing down, Rama Lama Lama, dog. Remember forever. Shoo wally wally.
I guess Greece got like struck from like they're not allowed to do Greece in high schools right now. I don't know what happened. But
Why
they
not?
said it's on the list. I don't know. Like maybe schools are doing it too much or something.
Is it too sexy? There's a sexy version of it where they talk about gangbangs and stuff.
Well, did you know that Empire Records now has a musical? Thank you.
Really?
That was the same fucking. So I was meditating and I thought I just came up with that idea.
Your devious behavior.
Yes, I really thought I had this idea, and I was already spending my Broadway money from when I started this Broadway show. And I was like, I should probably look and see if it exists. And it did. It came out this year. So my goal is to get the rights to it so this high school can do it. I want them to do Empire Records so bad.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It was my friend Brittany Riley. It was her favorite movie when we were in intermediate. So what's that? Yeah, 7 or 8. Yeah. 7
That's when it came out, I think. Yeah.
And
94, 95.
Yeah. And what was my point? I really want to see Jurassic Park the musical, but of course you can't get dinosaurs on stage. So instead you have dancers play the dinosaurs.
You could get those blow-up Halloween costume ones.
That would be so funny to do a dramatic Jurassic Park where these floppy dinosaurs come in. That would be great. And then
eat someone off a mini porta potty and stuff. And I could have my brother in the audience and he could be almost 40 and be like, we have to go. I'm too scared.
Be like, no. This is too much for me. I'm out of here.
I'm like,
I'm going to go live with my parents for... I'm going to go keep living with my parents.
That's it. He's going to be the 40-year-old virgin. That's what my dad turned to me one time. And he goes, your brother is literally the 40-year-old virgin.
Funny movie. So good.
I was kind of like, well, Dad, he lives with you. So you could do something to like, how come it was I needed to get out of the house, but he can just leech for what? That's fine. I was too much. I was there like, you're just too much. Just go.
It's because they it's either you're responsible enough and they know that you'll do all right in the world by yourself, or too annoying and they've had enough and they're just wanting to get rid of you.
That's it. I told my dad we were at a wedding and like the parents were crying over the bride and I was like, I looked really pretty and I'm like, why were they crying over her? Nobody said anything to me. And my dad goes, well, Sarah, they never thought she'd get married. And I was like, you didn't cry at my wedding, so apparently you just thought I'd get married a lot. You were just dry eyes to me. He's like, well, this is the first of many.
Also, because it was her wedding.
Yeah, I know. No, I know.
They were crying. That's probably a reason.
But no, it's because they never thought she'd get married. I was like, Dad, this is like what goes through your head. This is why I've had so much therapy. I got told things like this.
But now you're sorted. Thank you, Dr. Voss. Was it Voss?
Voss, Dr. Voss, yes.
Cool.
Funny. I got her to admit she'd be my friend. And I was like, if I wasn't your patient, would you be my friend? And she's like, yes. And that was like the ultimate, like I won the lottery for me.
She shouldn't have done that. That's unprofessional. She should have said, I can't say. Well, I can't say, but you'd make a wonderful friend. Is that what they should say something?
I don't care if she follows the rules. I wasn't like HIPAA. I wanted to get the answer I wanted. Well, because do you watch Shrinking on Apple TV? Do you watch Shrinking?
No.
You should. No. It has Jason Segel and Harrison Ford, and they play therapists. Oh. It's amazing. And it talks about grief, and it's like comedy, drama. But Harrison Ford has a client that they're like, you're not even helping him anymore. You're just like his friend, like shooting the shit, and you should just be his friend. And I was talking to her about that because as we're watching it, my husband's like, that's you and your therapist. So I got her to admit that was us. So
that's good.
It was professional.
So maybe there's a sitcom in the works. That's you guys.
I know. I would love to invite her to a party. Can you imagine all my friends would be like, we have to know.
This is my therapist. She knows all about all of you.
Oh, she does. That's how I tell my friends too. I'm like, I'm telling Dr. Voss about you today. It's a big deal.
Imagine that. You get to a party and she meets like your friend. This is Rachel. And she's like, oh yes, Rachel.
Yeah, that's
such a way to screw with all your friends. Oh, okay. Maybe we should separate you two for a bit.
Yeah, that's so funny. She knows all the ones I blocked too. I'll be like,
yeah.
She's like, oh, she might block you like the other ones. I'm a big fan of the block. If somebody is, I don't want to pop them back up in my life.
Yep.
If I'm done, I'm done.
I think that's again, this is a maybe American versus a New Zealand thing. We would mute someone rather than block them because they get told when you block them. So whereas with a mute, they'll just kind of disappear because you'll stop responding to them because you're not getting those messages. It feels a little bit less aggressive, but again, it's a very clear message with you, with the way you're doing it.
I'm very aggressive.
How's this a wimpish way of getting out of it? Yeah.
No, but that's what you should do. I'm very aggressive all the time. You should see my driving. I'm like, get out of the way.
I've heard you speed all around the place. It sounds very dangerous to the Agritopia community.
I was on the Facebook. Someone was like, to the white car, blah, blah, blah. Not in this neighborhood. So then I rate.
And that was you?
It was totally me. And like somebody else commented, they're like, this one. And I was like, oh shit, that was me. So then I ran for the HOA and now I'm on the HOA. So then I just walk around. Oh, Homeowners Association. Homeowners Association. So now I get to say it is my fucking neighborhood.
So you've upped the speed limits. You've taken away all the pedestrian crossings. This is a car forward neighborhood.
That's it. It's Arizona. Everyone drives here. It's not I didn't fucking make the rules. I'm just living in these constraints. And there's like this Christian school that like all these parents are entitled and like think they own the neighborhood. So then I kamikaze them and like drive head on at them because it's a two-way street that's really small. But I'm like, I would love to hit a Christian today. Jesus loves you. You need more Jesus.
And he'll forgive me for it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Can I just say I do not condone the murder of anyone.
I'm glad you made that clarification.
Unless it's for a good joke like it is now. So good. Very good.
Hey, somebody tells me I need more Jesus, I'm going to tell them I think they need more dick to get that stick out of their ass. Like, this is something that people say here, and that's what I've worked out in my head that I'm going to say. Yeah.
I was like I grew up going to. I really like singing. My name is Sam Smith, and I like singing. And I was in the Nelson, the city here in New Zealand, the cathedral choir there. I'm not a religious person. I just like music, and that is a really good way to be exposed to lots of music. And I just remember sitting there being like, these guys, like, apparently this is like saving their life and stuff, and they're going to be, living in it, and they just seem so miserable. I just don't believe any of this stuff at all. And there are people there that go all the time. It's their regular, and it's because that's their family. That's the people that make them feel at home. It's built into their body. Their body every Sunday feels like, oh, I need to go and sit in a room and be bored for an hour.
That's it. Yes, because they're doing their part.
And other people get that from playing sports or watching sports, even being a fan of sports, or watching TV shows, or it's just finding your people that you like hanging out with. That is what religion is. You don't have to make that be about the fact that you believe that someone that floats up in the sky, and you don't need to then try and force other people to join that. You need to respect other people's opinions, do whatever they want. If they want to hoon around town and kamikaze into people, that is their religion. They're allowed to.
That's it. Live and let live. But also that's why the universe rewards you. The people that are like, no, you should be my way. Then they're like, I don't know why everything goes wrong for me. It's like, maybe because you're a cunt and the universe doesn't like you. That's my guess. But I know when I was an asshole, things didn't go my way either. So
yeah. So the message is, believe in whatever you want. Just maybe keep it to yourself and don't be a dick to other people. Yeah.
I think
and then you'll be sweet.
That's it. Believe in what I don't give a shit what anyone else is doing. Like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah. It's if you ever find time that you're worried about other people doing things, you're like, oh no, I've got too much spare time. I should go and do something else for myself instead.
Yeah, productive.
Go start a hobby. Start baking bread.
Start a religion and get all those tax breaks.
A religion. Exactly. You're right. Yeah. So start if you. Yeah. That's the thing to do.
I think so. Or start a cult. I'm obsessed with twin flames. Did you watch that documentary?
No, I don't know what that is. What is it?
Oh gosh, watch it. It's bonkers. It's like this couple and they're like twin flames and basically you just decide who your twin flame is and just go after them. And like, even if they don't want it. And then they started telling people like they were the feminine one and they were the non-feminine. So they were making people have sex changes. And I was so mad because I'm like, this is what the right has been saying we're doing is making people have sex changes. And I was like, who the fuck's doing that? I'm like, this cult is. You're fucking it for all of us. So I got in their Facebook group and now I just like lurk. It's just insane. I want like someone to recruit me for a cult so bad. I don't want to be in it, but I want someone to
So you can be recruited and then you can kind of go undercover and find out all the things and secrets. That's cool.
Yes.
My dad and my granddad were Freemasons. And I'm not sure because they're so secretive, like they won't tell me anything about it. But because I was born while Dad was in it, I'm a thing called a Lewis, which means I can just go along and be like, hey, I'm a Lewis. I'm part of the gang now. And that I become part of the team. But so yeah, I could potentially do that.
That'd be a great book.
Make a YouTube short. I went undercover as a Freemason.
It'd be a great comedy thing. Yes. We're building your legacy wealth right now is what we're doing. This was
I love you're a really good life coach. This is great.
I would love to be a life coach. Honestly, I've had so much shit go wrong in my life that I'm like, I can help people get through their shit.
Yeah. Build that legacy wealth. Yeah, have a good attitude. Talk to people about your problems. Get therapy. You'll be away.
That's it. Get laid.
Do you need to get laid? Do you need some sort of accreditation to be a life coach, or can anyone just?
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
I was going to say I don't think so. I think there are some people out there who are just like, you need to exercise and eat healthy and put some money away for savings for later in life and
pay me $1,000 a month. Yeah, that's it. Pay me $1,000 a month. That's it. Yeah, for your workout. No, those God bless them. I don't have that energy. Like I try the social media game and I'm just like exhausted. I'm like, how are they? And my facialist is like, well, go on and see what songs they're playing that are really, I'm like, Madison, I'm not going to I am me to a fault. I'm not going to be like, what song is going to fit this? I'm like, I like this song. This fits how I was feeling. Like,
it's such an unending wheel of stuff. You could just sit there and scroll forever and it's, yeah. One of the things about being on Traitors actually is that we weren't allowed phones and we weren't allowed to talk to our families. So we didn't have TV or anything either. So you actually went and properly had like a technology detox. And it was kind of amazing. Like a day in, it was great. You just sat and you chatted with other people and it was lovely. I would highly recommend it if you get the chance. Maybe not when you're working from home alone, like I do, and you do as well. Maybe not there. It's good to stay connected with people, but every so often, take some time out. It's really great.
You know what you should do is you guys should get together and do retreats for people.
Oh, yeah.
Where you do traitor stuff.
Retreats.
Yes, traitor retreats. I'm so serious. And then you're the face. You get an appearance fee to be there. You could help craft the challenges. You could get paid a shit ton of money. Honestly, and you'd be the face of it, get some of the buddies and do it.
I'm going to email Woodhouse Mountain Lodge straight away.
Do it. Yeah, no. And just, hey.
Would be cool, eh?
Get that bag right now. I think everyone needs to make that money, and you've got this. Fucking use it. I would capitalize on that every chance you get.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be cool.
Right? Just a weekend. You could get corporations and shit to do like those retreat weekends.
That'd be amazing. Although the idea with the traitors is that once you found out, you send them home. So one by one, you have to send people home from their work retreat, which is pretty funny.
It'd be funny, or like there's another section, like they're in segregation or something. Yeah. You're like, here, you go over in the concentration camp part. You're dead.
I love the idea that they go to a retreat and people get kicked off and have to go back and do work.
Yeah, like, that's it. That's it.
So there's no prize money. The prize money is not having to do work and actually just getting to play the game. That's pretty funny.
Make it happen.
I'm going to work on that, actually. That's a good idea. Let's write that down.
I honestly do everything you can so you don't ever have to go have a job again. That's what. Yes. Sell feet pics. Sell traitor feet pics. There we go.
I have webbed toes. I might people might
There's
like
a
that.
niche for everything. That's it.
Yeah.
You just have to like smash cakes and stuff with your feet. I think. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of research.
Okay, I'll do some research into that and I'll let you know.
You might have to show your butt a little bit. I don't know how comfortable you are like with showing your butt and your feet together, but if it makes you that Disneyland money, I think it might be worth it.
I'm happy with everything.
That's
Imagine doing that. I'm fundraising to go to Disneyland by showing pictures of my butt and my feet.
Hey, your kids won't know. They'll just be like, remember that great trip that like dad went balls out and we did everything at Disneyland because he made so much money, and you're like, that was my butt and my feet, guys.
I feel like this life coaching has maybe derailed a little bit here. Just a little bit. But hey, it's all ideas. It's all good. We need to put these ideas out there so we can discuss them and figure them out.
I don't have an ego, so you shoot shit down. I'll be like, cool with me. I don't have a horse in this race. I'm just trying to help you, my friend, like fellow SS. Like we're S Club 7 right now.
I actually know another American lady. She's a comedian. Her name's Shari Short. She has MS as well. So she's a fellow SS, and she lives in. Does she live in New York? I think she might live in New York. I should know that. I say friend. That's good. Know exactly where she is. Maybe she's in Chicago, actually. I'll do some research and find out. We'll collect all the SSs all together. We'll somehow make it so that you also get MS, so you can be part of the MS gang as well.
Well, you
don't want that? Okay, that's cool.
I'll tell them I have MS, and that's how I'll get my med card renewed in Arizona.
Very good.
I told them I had back problems, but I'm like, I think I got MS from a toilet seat. So can I?
Yeah. I did a podcast with a man who has MS, and now I have MS. So
that's it. I think it came through. Yeah, that's what he told me.
It's like a neurology thing. It works. And he's a doctor. Don't mention the fact that it's an ex-dentist, but still technically a doctor.
Our friend Glenn is our eye doctor, and it is so cool. I'm like, we know our eye doctor. This is like, they're like, what was Dr. Bassett like in high school? And I was like, well, we have the same birthday, and he tried to hit on me with that. Like, I don't know. Like, this is weird that I've known Glenn, you're Mr. Dr. Bassett.
Yeah.
Like, now we're all adults and have like real jobs and stuff. Like,
when is your birthday?
October 6th. Libra.
Okay. I'm August 5th. I don't know what it is. I'm not like a star sign guy. I'm a Leo, but I'm not a star sign guy in that I don't believe it. It's kind of like religion-y things. But I think it's pretty funny that people base their entire lives around what time of the year they were born. I think that's pretty interesting.
Hey, sometimes it fits. And actually, my Walker's birthday is August 9th, so we have a fellow Leo.
It's my week. Us and Obama. I think he's the 4th. He might be the 4th or the 6th. Jerry Halliwell from the Spice Girls is the August 6th. I remember that. It's a big week.
She was the best. Was she your favorite Spice Girl? Is that why?
She was.
The red hair, I'm telling you, it gets every time. She was my favorite when I pretended to be one. It's like, who the fuck wants to be Baby Spice? Nobody wants to be Baby Spice.
Baby Spice. All the blonde girls want to be Baby Spice. Yeah. It's all the people who want to be scary and sportier. Yeah.
Those are your girls, the scary ones. They're the punk ones.
All the Mels. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Punk. Yeah, they like it. All my exes ended up with washed out blondes. It's so weird. All of them ended up with washed out blondes.
Is that because everyone became a washed out blonde?
Or maybe they were just like, I've had the best. Now I'm just going to go with this. That's what I say to myself at night when I'm like, they didn't want. I was totally that person too, where I wouldn't even want them. But if they dump me, I'm like, well, how dare you? I don't want you, but you should want me.
I had a good thing in high school where the two girls that I dated then dated each other.
Oh.
Yeah, that was interesting. Kind of a compliment, I guess.
You should have gotten in there. You should have lived your best life and gotten in there. I mean, hey, if there was ever a threesome set up like perfectly, that was it. That was on a silver platter for you.
I'm not for me. I don't think.
You're like, that's not too far.
Much.
The life coaching is going down. Stop. Too much. Okay.
Here we go. I need you to sell butt pics, and I want you to join a throuple. I know it sounds crazy, but I think this is the right thing for you.
I don't think you should do it now. I think you should stay with your lovely wife now. I'm just saying past you really dicked you over with that experience. So next time you're meditating, being like, past me.
Cool. This will be the thing I'll do. Yeah. Amazing. Tara, this has been fun. I should probably actually go and do a bit more writing. But
oh yes, I'm so sorry. Like I said, I just start chatting and.
Oh no, I've enjoyed it so much. Can we please do it again sometime?
Even just friends, like I said, Sam. Like you probably think I'm an open heart, and once you're in, you're in. Like you kill someone, I'll be like, I'm on my way to New Zealand. I got you. Don't even worry about it.
Thank you so much, because I need to about that. I've got in trouble. I need a hand.
Yeah. If I hear tangerine, I've got you.
Okay. Thank you. I think that's good. I don't think I spend too much time around tangerine. So good. There
you go. And then we'll go to Disneyland. For our alibi.
I'll meet you there. How long would it take you to get there?
Oh, I could be there in an hour.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's incredible. What does it take me?
It's an hour flight.
It would take me about 14 hours, plus it'll be about $10,000. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, have someone pay for you guys to get over here, and then we'll just cuddle. Cool. We'll just get over there. We'll take you guys. Yeah. We'll road trip it. We'll road trip it.
That would be great. I'll mine's across the Pacific Ocean, but yes, we'll do it.
We'll figure it out. We'll get you here somehow. We'll use credit card points. I'm on it, Sam. I'm on it.
We're creative people. We'll figure out a way for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That's a car that can go across oceans. Sorted.
We've got it. We're going to plan this. Well, thank you. You were a joy, and you matched my energy.
Thank you for reaching out
to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so nice to chat about it. I won't. Yes. Well, hey, we're on Instagram now. I'll be messaging you too much every single day.
I look forward to it. And hey, give Colin my information if he wants. I love me a fabulous man. He'll be second to you. Don't worry. I might have to butter his biscuit a little bit. You're like, oh, you're the best, but you're the best because we're S Club 7.
That's right.
You're my first. Hey, you never forget your first.
Thank you so. What an absolute honor and a privilege, and one that I'll add to my CV, my resume.
There we go.
I'll let people know.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sam. You have a good rest of your day, and I can't wait to be best friends with you now. And my husband says hi.
It's already him.
My husband says hi.
I say hi to him.
You always get to have these fun things. Tell him I said hi. So Drew says hi. Look up his books. Drew Strickland.
Awesome. I will do it. And I'll meet him at some sort of author conference at some point. Surely.
We will.
Surely they'll get.
I'll roll out the red carpet. We're not to brag, but we're a pretty big deal in the indie author world. So whatever you need, I've got your back. That's Club 7.
Amazing. Thank you. That would be so cool. Imagine that. I keep when they were saying like, "Hey, we're going to sell the books in America," I was like, "Oh, imagine if I get to go there. That'd be so cool."
Well, I'll come meet you anywhere. If you're in America, I'll come meet you anywhere.
Sarah, you're amazing. Thank you. Babe.
Awesome. Well, you give your family my love. Charlie and Henry better appreciate you. Harry. Harry,
you're right.
Harry,
you're right to get those mixed up. People, those are two names that often are the same. But yes, Charlie and Harry. Yes, I will.
All right. Well, thank you so
Likewise
much.
with Walker and
Beckett.
Beckett.
Yes.
Thank you. Named after Samuel Beckett?
It was a game I was playing online at the time, and
Cool.
we're like, oh, Beckett's fun. It suits him.
It's a fun name.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, very good. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I do this all the time.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're good.
I'll see you again sometime.
Yes. Bye, Sam. Thank you.